Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Red Ticket, you here with the Infinity Battle Report. That's right, it's gonna be my Morats versus QK. This is for the special tagline Season 8 ITS that's been going around. And yeah, I got to go to a local tournament at my local game store, and I figured I would do a battle report for you guys. So, here you see our first face-off roll. That's my my total reaction HMG versus his tag. For this mission, my opponent gets a free tag, and I end up with a couple of Unidrone, Batroids to fit the theme of the story for this first mission. We're going to do a couple of exchanges here, mainly because I critted and he critted, but eventually his tag is going to win that matchup after about 3 orders worth of bullet exchanges. So in the end it paid off, taking out basically the only thing that could arrow on my side of the field the way I deployed, and that's okay with me, I guess. Not really. That's a big loss, actually. Now he's going after one of my witch soldiers, who's going to successfully smoke dodge. So there is something positive there. But losing my TO, my Q drone, big HMG off the table, it's going to embolden him for a very aggressive first turn here, as he drops down something that is using hollow projector level 2. And he is going to basically go down one of my flanks there. So like I said, he's got a very aggressive first turn planned out for me. I deployed rather defensively. You see a couple arrows where I change face, getting ready for him to come around that corner there. And so we are, I've got a witch soldier back there. Q drone that's represented by a Pano model that I have, and basically my Harris team of Yaogats. So that would include my lieutenant as well. So this is whatever that thing is, it's got to go. It's going to reveal itself, and it is rocking a shotgun. So that's going to hit. He's going burst mode. So it is going to take out that Unidrone Batroid eventually. As you can see the template there. It's also going to hit my Yaogat, but my Yaogat's going to survive that. In the exchange, the Datarazi hit him with a chain rifle, and he's going to fail that. So we're going to have some unconscious... No? Let's see. Does he fail that? There's me making my armor save and turning around for free. So if he activates again, we're going to have a face-to-face roll, which he is. He's going for it. And so, unfortunately for me, I'm going to stop this little incursion of his right then and there. So he is going to go down, but he has taken out 2 models to my 1, so pretty good exchange here. Here is when things get hairy for me. I've never faced a list quite like this, and it's been a while since I played Infinity, so I just basically dusting off the rulebook and learning some rules here. He's going to start moving up remotes. He's going to take a command point and do a coordinated order move and get stuff down the field rather quickly. And like I said, I didn't set up for any arrows. I set up pretty defensively. There was a lot of open field on this table, and I just didn't want to get stuff shot. So I'm actually playing for kind of a counter-punch strategy, letting him advance forward, and then I'll adjust my strategy as well. So he's got a couple remotes that are running forward as part of this. I think he wastes a second command token doing this. He went all out. Basically, I think after turn 1 he had maybe 1 command token left. He's gonna do a hack through the remote. He had about, I think, 5 hackers in this list, I want to say. Yeah, about 5 hackers in this list, and it was going to basically isolate the team leader of my my Vanguard. So that's going to go through, and that's going to be extremely painful for me on my side. Okay, quick side note. I have to apologize for the shakiness of this bat rep. A lot of tall paper terrain on this field. I couldn't really put my tripod down, as you see him advance his remote. So kind of holding my camera during his turn, hoping for the best, just to get you guys an idea of the action that's going on, as he's got another guy with hollow projector moving around. Those QK guys and them hollow projectors, you know, that's one of their main shenanigans. But like I said, this list, I really haven't faced a hacker heavy list like that, as he moves that remote in and hacks through it to pop the brain of my my free, not the Unidrone bat rep, but the other guy that I get with it on the special mission. That's gonna score him 2 points, two victory points right there. That was his classified. So my classified is to take out his tag, and he's supposed to take out my special character, which is now Dust. I'm sorry, it's hard to recognize what he actually had on his list. This is a very thematic army that I'm facing. It's a Ghost in the Shell type theme that's happening, and so you can see he has a lot of. He's using Tachikomas as his remotes, and he's got a lot of like specialized models that I've never seen before. So if I'm not too specific on what he's using, it's because hardly anything in that list was represented with Corvus Belly models. So yeah, and it's been a while since I did a bat rep, so I'm pretty rusty at this stuff, but hopefully you will forgive me. This was probably in the tournament the longest fought battle. It was neck and neck for a while, let me tell you that, and it really got me excited to play Infinity on a competitive level, because once you see people doing a no holds bar, as we start my turn 1 doing my impetuous phase, moving a witch soldier in, trying to take out that remote. I'm going to declare a chain rifle to its face and do my best to take it out. One thing that was going for me in this game is I fielded about 4 witch soldiers, and when he's extended as far as he has with these remotes, if I lose a witch soldier to one of his remotes, as long as the remote goes down, I'm happy. I'm happy for that trade-off. As you see another witch soldier having to move over there, and he is going to try to isolate him with that hacker. There's actually a hacker hidden inside that tower there that I'm trying to get at. But basically I have to go around the that whole wall to get at him. There's no doors on that side, there's no windows, so it's a very difficult situation for me to be in. I've got to waste a ton of orders to get around and over and that's going to slow me down, because this is one of those missions where you want to activate as many antennae as possible, and you want to destroy antennae as well. So my plan is I've got to use my specialists while they're still up, and I'm going to move that that entire Morat. Well, let's see. I use a command. First, I use a command token to reform them, but unfortunately, with the spacing being bad and unable to isolate, because I have one guy isolated, I'm going to have to run them around that wall and reform them. So I'm going to spend, I think, 2 command tokens this turn. As you see my engineer, he's going to fix the total reaction HMG. He is also isolated at this point, so that that hacker is causing all kinds of trouble for me already in turn 1. As you see the vanguard start to advance, and we need to get upfield, and we need to get rid of these remotes that have been giving us problems. Vanguard's pretty decked out for me. I've got my my K1 sniper in there, HMG and missile launcher. Basically, the most of my firepower is in that list. As you see, the missile launcher is kind of isolated from the group, and he's going to have to go around the other side, and yeah, he's going to have to go around and basically catch up to the rest of the group. So now, the reason he's able to move so freely was when the vanguard moved around the corner, they were able to, or that Datarazi soldier that you're looking there near the bush was actually able to take out the hacker with a chain rifle. So chain rifles paying off for me during this battle. So right now I'm just kind of dealing with these immediate fires. Not necessarily the best strategy, but I mean, you got to do that. He basically rushed me with a bunch of drones, and he's got hackers that are you know, basically their plan is to isolate and cause as much havoc to me as possible. So I've got to get rid of those basically remotes that are extending his threat zone to me. So I'm glad. So one hacker's down. You see the other remote that that took out my special character is down as well. And so I was feeling pretty good at the end of turn 1. I was even able to position it so that eventually the hacker in the link team is going to he's going to claim that first antenna there. You see everyone's kind of positioning here for a counterattack. Things I should mention: he does have another hacker who's camoed out in the center building there. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. The doors are closed at the moment, but you see that little blue marker means that I have successfully turned on an antenna. So feeling pretty good that despite that initial rush, I was able to put out some fires, able to take out some threats, and now I want to take out the tag. There's you know, he's got that tag kind of hanging out at the other side of the table that needs to be dealt with, and unfortunately the missile launcher on that other side is not in a good spot. So what I do have here is a bunch of Yaogats, a Harris team of Yaogats rocking Panzerfaust. So I'm going to be able to position them and get them to take out that tag. You know, it's not the prettiest way to do it, but we're gonna do it. You know. But first I gotta take out the remote, so I send the Yaogats to kind of skew that corner there, and they're gonna aim it's gonna aim a Panzerfaust at the remote, and unfortunately I do lose my my Yaogat in that exchange, who happens to be my commander. So I end turn 1 in kind of, well, let's see. Yeah, I end turn 1 kind of on a down. As we see, he is going to still go super aggressive as he comes up again with the hollow projector. Right next to that Datrazi soldier, they're going to have some words. Unfortunately, he's going to make that chain rifle save. So that's one thing, that's the downside when you think of template weapons. Yes, it's going to be an automatic hit, but, you know, it's strength 13, so, you know, there is a really good possibility that he is going to shake that off, and then I'm going to take a hit in exchange. You know, basically you're giving him a free shot for that strength 13 hit, and it's not always going to work out in your favor. So we're going to see that. I don't know why this is playing at normal speed. I normally speed this up so I can move on to bigger and better things, but that shotgun is also going to take out a Vanguard there, who also had an arrow on him, but things did not work out in my favor back there. So he is my opponent is his aggressive moves are slowly chipping away at my defenses, and he's forcing me, you know, basically with this, it's him controlling the tempo of the game, right? That's what's tough about when someone just comes out with, you know, they get first turn and they just completely you know, go balls to the wall. You know, you're kind of stuck having to play defense. That is and I haven't, you know, to be honest, since I've played Infinity, I haven't seen something this aggressive. So it was interesting to watch it, or, you know, looking back on it and seeing, you know, how I dealt with certain things. And it's really more of a commentary on the game. You know, thanks to the arrow system, you know, this tactic at least could be stopped by a bunch of countermeasures. It is a risk, I think, in other turn-based games if this was allowed. You know, first turn would be everything, and you know, and that would be just, you know, just be game over. Here you can see that, you know, we're trading punches, and unfortunately, you know, I can't make a friggin' armor save to save my life here, as he's going to take out that Unidrone as well. So, you know, that one guy, again, doing damage, taking out a Vanguard, taking out a Datrazi, and now the Unidrone is being threatened here. I'm going to get a couple of reactions down. So what I'm going to do is protect. What I want to do is protect my Link team, right? So I've got a guy with anti-personal mines. As soon as he gets into my zone of control, I'm gonna basically crap out a bunch of mines. Well, I have 2, so I crap out 2 mines, so that if he rounds that corner, you know, he is most likely gonna die. You know, but we'll see what he does as he hollow projects after taking out the Unidrone. So, yeah, a pretty effective turn 2 for QK here. I think at this point he is activating the camo marker in the middle now. And he's going to button push that central objective. As you see, a little marker there on it. So that central objective marker is his. And so we're tied as far as objective markers go. So that's going to be tough. Basically what I need to do on my next turn is make sure that the tag goes down, and I gotta start grabbing some objectives. So we're gonna see how that works. So my engineer stands up, and again he is going to repair that that total reaction HMG, which is now sort of out of place. I think the central building was, we decided, infinite height, but this is the start of my turn 2. So you see my little, I've got a forward observer Morat who's just scored a second antenna, and I have down the tag. Sorry about the weird camera angles, like again. You see, I think we were discussing rules here, but I was able to down that the tag, which is awesome. So I scored my objective points. I just want to make sure that it's dead, so I'm going to have to... right now, I think we're discussing he has a unit that is behind the central objective, and we're trying to determine line of sight. So if I activate, you know, there goes, he would get a shot off on me. Anyways, starting his second turn, he's got a group, a full 5-man link team behind that central objective there. So they're pretty mean. They've got a Spitfighter. Yes, Hadouken. No, Spitfire as the leader there, and I think they are rocking. I think they didn't have ODD. I think they're like camoed or something. So, you know, I'm shooting at them at like -9 or some BS as he starts, you know, pulling his team forward. Basically, they're going to position. I think what they want to do is take out my forward observer before he can, you know, pull off yet another antenna. So they're sort of regrouping and, you know, positioning themselves so that, you know, as I advance, they're going to have good firing lanes, taking advantage of that infinitely tall building that looks like it's one single story. Right. Okay. Did I say this was a long battle? It's a freaking long battle. This is like 20-25 minutes with sped up footage. This was, I don't know, freaking like a 3-hour, 3-turn game or something. It was friggin' ridiculous, but it was a really good tactical game, and I love it when the games are like this intense and close, and it's just not a fucking blowout or whatever. So we're doing a sort of back and forth game, but eventually in this game something's gonna give. So basically at the end of the battle, you do some rough math. He was able to I think he picks up 2 more antennas. I don't know why I don't have footage of that, and was able to decharge them on his final turn. And at that point, I just didn't have enough to come back from that. So he's actually, QK is going to win this one, unfortunately. Basically due to his last turn, tactics, which were very sound and solid, and it's just I didn't have a way to reach him. And he caught me off guard, and he won the game. Anyways, the rest of the tournament was pretty fun. I didn't get any footage of that, but thanks for checking out this battle report. Appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Peace out.